I decided to do a Cuban menu because the flavors and the cuisine in general are very simple and straightforward, and I thought it would be really challenging to make something like that work at this competitive level. We made a very traditional Cuban dish, tostones and sofrito, and we took them in hugely different directions. Instead of a coarse sofrito or a rough smashed toston, we had a very fine sofrito and a more of a cake toston. Good balance of flavors, and we had a red and green sofrito for that as well.
I don't know what he did to it to make it soft, but it had a really soft texture, which was interesting as a food writer to experience that. And then he had a very colorful presentation, which when you are at the verge of spring and things are starting to just explode with color, you're like, yeah, it's a spring dish. It had a very seasonal component to an ingredient that is not necessarily seasonal.
Pretty much the national food of Cuba, the pork. So we went with a mojo style pork. It turned out wonderful. We had to make a bunch of adjustments on the fly, and it turned out really well. It's marinated for an extended period of time in a fairly sour sauce of garlic and sour orange, which really produces phenomenal flavor.
The main course I feel like is very creative too. Like I personally never had plantain before. This is my first time. I really enjoyed it, and I also think the pork shoulder is really tender. But the sauce, the smoky like black bean is wonderful. The flavor works really well.
And then we follow that with a very simple rice pudding, which I was really excited to try to make fit for this kind of cuisine. It has a guava consomme. It keeps in with traditional Cuban, tres leche, and I think it turned out wonderful.
I thought that one was very nicely balanced. It had good character, multi-dimensions. It was refreshing, but also nourishing and filling.
In those three dishes, what I saw was one thing that struck to me was respect. And that's very important.